But right now, it is time for a GACS blast from the past. This little video that
I thought you were didn't know what it was.
That I chose.
How's the back?
At the time,
is that all right?
At the time, it was
rub?
At the time, it was an insignificant piece of film.
Sure.
However, it really wasn't an insignificant piece of film. This was Mickey Mantle's last at bat, and look who caught the pop-up.
It has significance for us, too.
That's right.
Right.
Let's watch.
With one out and one on, the applause will be for Mickey Mantle. Strike one. Mantle at 237, 18 homers, 54 runs batted in, left-handed at 247. Lawn Boy gave up Mantle's 236th home run last weekend in New York, and they had an ovation that lasted about 5 minutes. Clark back again. Jim said he thought it was wonderful that the fans cheered Mickey the way they did, but he wasn't very happy about the situation, needless to say. 1-1.
I think he meant 536th home run.
200.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
One ball, 2 strikes to count on Mickey. A lot of folks have been winning in Atlantic's Play Ball Collect All-Star games, like Ralph Lapine of Danbury, Connecticut, and Arnold Taylor of Hamden, Connecticut.
Kenny Coleman.
Kenny was great.
2-2. Rico backing up. Makes the catch. Mantle pops to the shortstop. And there are 2 men out now as Roy White comes to the plate.
Now, that was an insignificant piece of film at the time.
67.
67. No, 67.
1967.
And Mickey, the next year, announced his retirement in spring training. So Rico Prove caught Mickey Mantle's last hit pop-up, and Rico flipped it onto the pitcher's mound, obviously not knowing. Right. So my question to you...
Not knowing that he would one day host a Collectables show.
Right. So my question to you, had Rico caught that ball and put it in his pocket and had it to this day, what would the value of that ball be? Could you guess anywhere?
Well, interesting question there. And Rico had told me about this.
Oh, he did?
That he had caught it. So collectors love bookend items, the beginning of a career or the end of a career. That ended up being his last at bat. And, you know, a lot of people know he did come to spring training the next year.
Right.
So he know at that moment, you know, that's why they didn't make as much fanfare about it. It wasn't like he'd announced his retirement. So everybody knew. So that's the excuse Rico has for not holding on to that ball. He didn't know at the time.
Right.
But, you know, game-used balls do have a lot of value. The tough thing is authenticating them, especially back then. Major League Baseball does a great job now of certifying every ball, you know, when there's a home run race or an important event. But back then, it's pretty much all about provenance. But if he caught the ball and he still had it, that's probably going to be good enough. And, you know, you could say that that's a 5-figure item for sure.
Really.
Just because everybody loves Mantle. And even though, you know, it wasn't a hit or a home run, it was just as the announcer even said, a routine pop fly. You know, that's what closed out one of the most storied careers in baseball history. So I'd say 20,000 30. It'd have a lot.
What if Rico was doubly smart and got it signed
By Mickey.
by Mantle?
That would have helped a lot, especially if he had him sign, my last at bat or something like that.
Right.
That would be put on it because that helps the aesthetics if you're going to display it. Because if it's just a baseball sitting there, nobody on your mantle, nobody can tell.
Yeah.
But if it has Mantle's autograph and an inscription, then the story's right there for everybody.
So you